Let's do a little end of January tour. At sunset, it's going to be February tomorrow. Finally feeling like the cold has been gone for at least a week now. Hasn't been cold. It's been hot, it's been sunny, and stuff's finally starting to come back. I've managed to get 2 passion fruit to grow. One that's the traditional one, and this one we're not sure. It's something that's not as typical, so we'll see if it grows. And then we got plantains and moringas and Mexican sunflower, and the mulberry tree is finally starting to do something, and lemongrass and ice cream bananas, Mysore banana, more moringas and papayas, and sugarcane. Sugarcane's doing really good. There's a fig tree back here that's trying to grow. And stored a bunch of wood back here for other projects. I want to trim these arecas back right here. If I trim them back, I can extend the chicken run here. If I move these garden beds, I can put the chicken run right inside this hoop house. Make it go this way, maybe get some more chickens. I've got a bed over here with some tomatoes in it, some tobacco, some ginger. There's a Chapiticaba. No. Here's the Chapiticaba. This is a peach palm, or a pejebaje. That's what I meant. And the ayahuasca is really, really growing. Have an idea to extend it out this way, so it'll cover these 2 garden beds, and eventually I'll remove those 2 garden beds, and it'll be a little tunnel, or a big tunnel, of the ayahuasca. So I'll get a shot of this without it in there, because I think it'll cover these 4 corners. It's about 10 by 12 foot area that it can extend its life to, because right now it's maxed out its area that it's on, and it's starting to fall down, and I just keep having to trim it, and it just keeps grabbing itself and going back up and making loops. So I want it to sprawl a little bit more. But let's look at the roots of it. I trimmed it. You can see it's getting pretty thick down here. Some nice big stalks coming out. Starting to really thicken up, tighten up. Look at it grabbing and twisting. Starting to flower. Maybe I can get a shot of the flowering. Kind of like little purple flowers on it. The rainwater system is doing really well. Drain into the bananas. These back beds don't have anything super interesting in them. It's Egyptian spinach, or Egyptian spinach, and then there's more tomatoes back there. There's a bunch of potatoes in that second bed. There's some herbs in this one: spinach, mint, bergamot, wild bergamot. There's a papaya here that was chopped after the hurricane, and now it's got a bunch of regrowth on it. It's a male papaya, so keeping it in there for pollination purposes. I trimmed up this Barbados cherry. It's growing really well now. And here's the remainder of the original ice cream bananas. I'm eventually going to take them out here and have like a little herb garden here. I'm extending the Caribbean oregano all the way to the end of there, and then I put it in on this side, so it's going all the way to the end over here, so it'll fill in that area. This bed always changes. Right now it has the sisu spinach, a bunch of different salvia variations. It's got the toilet paper plant, it's got kalanga ginger, it's got some canna lilies, and it's got the cranberry hibiscus, and it has some bromeliads, and then I added the wild bergamot down there today to have it just be kind of like a ground cover. And then there's also some perennial peanut down there as a ground cover. Oh, and I put the jade in the ground there. Jade. So I'll see how that does too. So this is a packed little area. It doesn't get sun right now at all, except for just about an hour in the afternoon, because it just dips through there, but it's facing the north, so it doesn't get much sun, so everything's just, oh, there's also a katuk in here. It's coming back. And on this side, we got the beat to hell chicken run that needs to be redone. It's falling in, but I'm waiting till the last horn blows to do this. We'll see if it can make it another season. And then a bunch of wild salvia is just taken off back there. There's the big original cranberry hibiscus. Down there is the, this is the longevity spinach. That's what that is over there. It's not the Ethiopian or Egyptian, it's longevity spinach. Planted it over there. And there's another moringa here that's going. And let's see, there's some ginger back there that I'm waiting for in that back bed. There's some little sprouts coming up here, but these got hurt by the cold weather, so I might have to redo this. I have this little blocker here so the chickens can't get it when it's trying to vine up there, but it might need to be a little higher. See, kind of like this one. I got the blue butterfly pea climbing up here. Of course, the cold whooped it, but it's starting to come back now, a little bit by little bit, but I've got a ton of seeds of this. I might try to grow some more after I redo the coop. And then just some more chicken food and mulch. It's a Mexican sunflower, another cranberry hibiscus. There's a moringa tucked back in there. Asteriums throughout here, 3 different kinds. Then I have the a little bit more salvia, and I think there's some tomatoes that are trying to come out here, and the blue butterfly pea, which I'm letting it grow over here because it made its way up, but I think I'm just gonna let it go for a little bit and not let it climb too much. We'll see how this does this spring, because if this comes back and it's nice and pretty, then yeah, I'll let it grow up there. But if it's not and it's just funky like it is now, then I'm gonna not let it grow, because I'm gonna redo all this, and then we'll grow some from seeds again and start over with a new run, because now we know what we're doing. I'm gonna put in a garden bed here. I already got the wood cut, and it's just gonna be a 2-footer, 2x14, I believe, right along this fence here, and it's gonna have all the nice stuff in it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Still hanging out with the plumeria. It's kind of in the middle of the thing, but it's all right. I just stuck in these elephant ears over here. Elephant ear there. Another canna lily. Here's the first katuk I stuck in the ground, doing great. I keep taking cuttings from it. There's an aloe doing all right. This is the new bed. I just threw down some compost inside of there, so now I just got it covered with some cardboard. Put a little barrier around the avocado, and the avocado is trimmed up and it's ready for springtime. It's got some moringa just dumped in there, and some mulch and some compost, and I planted some perennial peanut in there to see if it'll cover the ground there. And on this side, this is the blue spur, also known as the toilet paper plant. Really soft leaves. I'm waiting for the blue flowers to pop out. Wonder when that's going to happen. Really easy to take cuttings off of. Just stick them in the ground and they grow again. I got one going down here. And this is the sweet almond. Has these flowers on it that smell really nice. This thing's kind of not getting a lot of sun though, because we've got a dwarf Namwa that doesn't seem like a dwarf. It's probably about 8 feet tall, I think, and it hasn't flowered yet, so it may be getting taller. Made it through a hurricane, made it through a really close freeze, and it's reproducing like crazy. So I'm just waiting for the first one to pop out and try out the bananas before I start to move these around. And then I have the original size banana here, Namwa, and it's growing, but not quite as healthy. At least there's a pup down there that's doing all right. Another moringa that's trimmed up like crazy. Another moringa back here that's trimmed up really good. I redid the compost, so it's down to the nubbins here. It's really good stuff though. And then this one I gotta flip. We'll see what's in there. This one I can flip, see what's in there. Start composting this stuff once springtime really kicks into gear. This is like the time in between. It's the fake time. It's not yet. It seems like it's warm because it was almost 85 degrees today with the sun out, but I think it's tricking us. It'll probably be another flash cold, and I really got to do something back here. Got to trim this up so we can get through here better. But the chicken coop's doing really well. I replaced the flashing here so the doesn't leak into their run, because we added this extra piece on to for a nesting box so it can extend their space. Everybody's going to bed. All right. But we still got a girl sleeping in the nesting boxes, so I gotta block them off. I should block them off tonight. Let's do that. Got this piece of cardboard here, and I can put up right there. Oh, we got an egg. Maybe it goes the other way. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way. I like it. That's the way. I like it. Yeah. Look at that. Somehow. Just have to remember to get that out in the morning. I'll set a reminder. So that's so they can't get in there. You're not sleeping in the run tonight. No. Get your last little drinky poo. That's it. Chopped down a big moringa, and I'm using it as a little perch for them. And then I built another little perch for them in there. They had some watermelon today, courteous of Pips, Mins and Pips, Pips and Mins. This is a Kokopo banana, and it's hanging out. It made it through the freeze, and it's got pups, and it's growing. Everything's growing super slow because of this cold snap, I think. And now it's kind of coming back. Starting to come back, just barely. I think that's the majority of the stuff, at least. At least we got the tour. Only 13 minutes and 30 seconds, so. And we'll be back with some more stuff here soon. Maybe we'll plant a lemon tree.